Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are diving into a topic that's super important for anyone thinking about living in Japan. Japanese rental contracts and housing terms. If you're planning to rent an apartment in Japan, you'll quickly notice that there are some unique terms, fees, and rules that might seem a bit confusing at first. In this video, I'll break down everything you need to know about renting in Japan, from key money to security deposits, agent fees, and some special terms you won't find in any other countries. By the end, you'll feel much more confident navigating Japanese rental contracts and understanding what each term means. Let's get started. First off, let's talk about the structure of Japanese rental contracts. A typical rental contract in Japan is a fixed term lease, usually lasting for 1 or 2 years. Unlike in some countries, Japanese leases don't automatically renew without some paperwork, and there might even be renewal fees, which I'll cover later. The contract itself is generally written in Japanese, so if you're not fluent, it's a good idea to have someone who can translate or assist you with the details. One unique aspect of renting in Japan is something called key money or reikin in Japanese. Key money is essentially a gift to the landlord for allowing you to rent the property, and it's non-refundable. This means you won't get it back at the end of your lease, even if you leave the apartment in perfect condition. The amount varies, but it's typically between 1 to 2 months rent. Some apartments, especially in newer buildings or with more flexible landlords, might not require key money, but it's still very common. Be sure to check this before signing anything. Next, we have the security deposit, or shikikin. This is a refundable deposit that's usually about 1 to 2 months rent. But here's a catch. When you move out, a portion of this deposit will likely be used for cleaning and minor repairs, so you might not get the full amount back. In Japan, it's standard for the landlord to deduct these costs from your deposit, even for routine cleaning. If there's any additional damage, like holes in the walls or significant wear and tear, those costs will also come out of your security deposit. Most rentals in Japan are handled by real estate agents, and their fees, known as the agent's fee or chukai tesuryo, is typically equivalent to 1 month's rent. This fee is non-refundable and is paid as a thank you to the agent for finding and facilitating the contract. Not every rental requires an agent's fee, but if you're using an agency to find your apartment, it's almost always part of the cost. Some newer properties may offer discounts or even waive the agent's fee, so it's worth asking about. Another common fee in Japan is a maintenance fee or kanrihi. This is a monthly charge that covers the upkeep of common areas in the building, like hallways, elevators, and the lobby. You'll often see this fee listed separately from the rent, but it's a required cost. The maintenance fee varies depending on the building and the amenities offered, but it's typically range from about 2,000 to 10,000 yen per month. If you plan to stay in your rental for more than one lease period, you'll likely encounter the renewal fee or koshinryo in Japan. Leases typically last for 2 years, and when you renew, you may need to pay a renewal fee equivalent to 1 month's rent. This is essentially a fee for the privilege of staying in the apartment. Not all apartments have this fee, but it's common enough that you should be prepared for it. If you are looking for long-term stability without extra fees, ask about this before signing the lease. Now, let's talk about how room layouts and sizes are listed in Japan, which can be a bit different from what you might expect. Here are some common abbreviations. 1R, one room, like a studio, with no separate kitchen. 1K, one room with a small kitchen. 1DK, one room plus a dining and a kitchen area. 1LDK, one room plus a living, dining, and kitchen area. Another thing you'll notice is that Japanese room sizes are often measured in tatami mats, a traditional measurement where one tatami mat equals about 1.6 square meters. So if a listing says a room is 6 tatami mats, it's about 9.6 square meters. Let's look at a few important clauses in Japanese rental contracts. No pets allowed, petto kinshi. Many Japanese apartments have a strict no pets policy. So if you have a pet, make sure to confirm with the landlord. Quiet hours. Noise restrictions are common, especially in apartment buildings. Most contracts require tenants to keep noise to a minimum at night to respect the neighbors. Subleasing prohibited. Tentai kinshi. Subletting is usually not allowed. So, if you plan to be away for an extended period, talk to the landlord first. Move out cleaning fees. Even if you leave your apartment spotless, many landlords will still deduct a cleaning fee from your security deposit. It's often a standard clause, so just be prepared. If you're ready to rent in Japan, here's what you'll need. Residence card, 在留カード, proof of your legal residency, passport, often requested as an additional ID, income proof or bank statement. Some landlords want to ensure you can pay the rent, so they might ask for proof of income. Emergency contact, 緊急連絡先. Many rental contracts require a local emergency contact in Japan. This could be a friend, colleague, or family member. If you don't have a Japanese guarantor, you might need to use a guarantor company, which acts as a cosigner for a fee. A few quick tips for finding a place in Japan. Sites like Sumo and Homes are popular for finding rental listings in Japan. Work with English-speaking agents. If you're not comfortable in Japanese, there are agencies that specialize in helping foreigners find apartments. Ask about initial costs. Upfront costs in Japan can be high, often totaling 4 to 6 months rent when you add up key money, security deposits, and agent fees. And that's a wrap. Renting in Japan might seem complex with all these terms and fees, but hopefully this guide has made things a little clearer. Remember to check for details like key money, agent fees, and renewal charges so you know exactly what you're getting into. If you're feeling overwhelmed or need more personalized guidance, feel free to visit my website, japanguidepro.com. I offer assistance with everything from understanding rental contracts to finding the right apartment for your needs in Japan. So if you have questions or need help, head over to japanguidepro.com. I'd be happy to support you in making your move to Japan as smooth as possible. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tips on living in Japan. And if you have any questions or experiences to share, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.